discussing the huge difference between being consistent and being persistent. Most people, when they hear the terms persistency, consistency, they seem to confuse them. And I strongly believe that while the line that separates them remains very thin, but the line surely do exist, and it's a good thing that we know what the difference is. From the internet, I have that consistency and persistency refer to the essential qualities to achieve success. However, it is important to realize that these two adjectives refer to two different qualities. Consistent means doing something the same way over time, whereas persistent means continuing something in spite of all the challenges and difficulties. This is the main difference between consistent and persistent. Consistent means behaving or acting in the same way or doing something the same way over time. The Oxford Dictionary defines consistent as acting or done in the same way over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate. It especially refers to maintaining the quality or standard. For example, we can use the term consistent to refer to a player in a team. A consistent player is the one who maintains a good and stable performance. It is important to note that the adjective consistent has positive connotation. Now, with persistence, what it means is that for you to continue to do something despite the difficulties and challenges you might face. The Oxford Dictionary defines persistent as continuing firmly or obstinately in an opinion or course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. A man who never gives up in spite of problems is a persistent man. When I hear the word persistent, one word comes to mind: force, pressure, and that's the difference. While consistent is ensuring that you keep it uniform. Persistent means that in spite of the limitations, you overcome. Now, both of them are really, really good. But I always advise people who I mentor that you should be more persistent in your approach to success. And the reasons is not really far-fetched. You might do things regularly, uniformly, but if you're unable to continue and if you're unable to overcome challenges, then of what use is starting in the first place? So for you to achieve results, for you to achieve goals, you must put pressure on it. You must be persistent. You must put some level of force. Now, why is persistence more important? Because I've realized that when I read stories and biography of great figures and icons from the world over, is that for them to have been able to achieve all they set their minds to achieve, they were very fixed, they were very firm, they put pressure, they were more determined than consistent. Yes, they were more determined than consistent, and they proceeded despite the challenges they all faced. And I can tell you there's really nobody who you've seen succeed that haven't been persistent. When you look at the case of the owner of Microsoft, he went through a lot of challenges. In fact, there was a time that he had a legal tussle in the US where he was being sued for antitrust activities. And it was a trying time for Microsoft. In fact, people thought that would be the end of Microsoft, but he emerged even stronger. And you have the likes of Facebook that have been slapped by anti-privacy suits in some jurisdictions, and he was able to equally surmount that. Now, the thing is, in life, challenges come with living. You cannot rule that out. From the moment you're born to the very day you die, challenges are bound to happen. Now, what differentiates you from somebody else who fails or gives up is the fact that you stand firmly on your feet and you tell yourself, there's no going back, no retreat, no surrender. Now, how do you surmount your challenges? Surmounting challenges involves a good measure of persistence. Now, you shouldn't differentiate, you shouldn't confuse being persistent and being forward, or being too, what's the word, or being too forceful, or being too desperate. No. Persistence is finding reasonable, ethical ways to achieve the same goals you've set your mind to do, especially when you are also mindful of the interest of others, but when you're desperate, it's different. Because when you're desperate, you do not really do care, and most times desperation in the word itself is really not a bad thing. But the thing is, the various acts that have been associated with it from time immemorial have given it quite an unawesome name. So what I would just say is, be persistent, and there's beauty in even being consistent in your act of persistence. Why? I'm not going to explain to you. The beauty in there is, yes, you are persistent, we get that. You put pressure on your goals, you try to achieve it, but you see, you must form the habit of doing that, and that's where the consistency comes in. You must be consistent enough to keep doing that, and in no time, you get to where you want to be. Thank you.